hardware engineer at Proteus Biomedical. If you want to hear about our vision to transform world healthcare, talk to me after, because I'm not going to give you a pitch right now. So what I am going to talk about is a self-experiment that I did using our technology at Proteus. So what I did for my self-experiment was I took some non-pharmaceutical smart pills, and with my Sharpie, I made them to focus, energy, calmness, and happiness pills. Pills that I could take when I felt a negative emotion creeping up and I wanted to stop it. Now the cool thing about these pills is that they can talk to my phone. And the other cool thing is that the experiment actually worked. So back to the experiment in a minute. First, you might think why I would even decide to do something like this. And one of the inspirations is the placebo effect. So we know for a fact that if you take a pill that you think will help you, even if it's not medication, it will help you. And if you put on a medical device and it's turned off, it will help you. Even crazier, an irritable bowel syndrome study found that if you took a placebo and it was labeled placebo, not medication, it will help you. So clearly, something's going on with just this medical ritual around this. So with that in mind, at my work we ran this experiment where we gave people Tic Tacs in a blister pack and labeled them willpower pills. These are Tic Tacs. And we told them every morning to think about how much mindfulness or how much willpower they would need to get through that day and take as many Tic Tacs as they needed. And it had great results. They accomplished amazing things. So I wanted to extend that experiment. So I targeted 4 negative emotions that I wanted to both track and see if I could combat. And I hoped that I could use a system not only to make myself mindful and track the emotions, but also to see if the ingestion would give me a power-up to combat it. But here's where the cool part comes in. Because I'm at Proteus, we have some cool ways to use our technology for fun things like this. So I use pills that talk to my phone. What they do is they transmit to my phone when I ingest them, which turns the whole system into something like a mood tracker, because my phone knows every time I experience one of those emotions. In addition, it also tracks my heart rate, activity levels, and sleep length and quality. So not only do I get a signal every time I take a pill, but I also get the full biometric background for that. Now, what I wanted to do is use these pills as antidotes for my negative emotions, and then have the system tell me when those negative emotions occurred, and then the biometric data behind it. And I did this for a week, and shown here are some examples. Oh, not yet. Auto slides. So what I did was I did this for a week, and I had several displays that I could use. I had some on my mobile phone that gave me very general data about how well I was sleeping and how much activity I had. But I'm an engineer, I kind of like to get into the raw data. So I also had excerpts from raw data. And when I did this, I realized things like when I was bike commuting, if I'd taken an energy pill right before the bike commute, I would bike harder and my heart rate would be higher than bike commutes after no energy pill. In fact, all of my biggest heart rate spikes were after energy pills. And I had all these weird pill-related thoughts. Like, if I was feeling really sad, for about 10 minutes after I took the pill, I'm like, I can be sad. It hasn't hit my bloodstream yet. So, crazy things along those lines. That didn't totally make sense, but happened. Whenever I had a negative emotion and I took a pill, I felt like I had this power to combat it. So even more interestingly was I was focused so much on using my willpower and focus pills to tackle obstacles and achieve all my goals. I wouldn't skip bike rides or my chores or anything like that. And it kept me constantly engaged and pushed me to reach all my goals. And as a result, the other negative emotions I wanted to combat, like stress or anger, they never actually came up. I would be mindful of how I was feeling about the task I was facing and give myself a preemptive power-up to tackle the more daunting tasks and stressors early on, so I never got to that high stress level. And in fact, during the entire experiment when I was running it, I didn't use a single calm or happy pill. So it turns out that this combination of technologies and ideas was really powerful. When I took a pill, I got not only rich feedback, but also the emotional rewards from the act of ingestion itself, which provided me a strong belief that I could control my moods and led me to monitor them more diligently. And this is useful because one of the problems with mood tracking is that it's really hard, to get up every morning and tell your computer, well, I think this is how I'm feeling. So this was an easy way to give me an incentive to monitor them by having the effect of the pills. So with this technology, tracking your mood is more effective. But you can go beyond that as well. Say, for example, a diabetes patient would take a pill whenever they had a very low energy moment. Or you could design your own specific enhancement that you wanted to help you get through a specific challenge. There are many ways that you can use this feedback to feel more powerful. So, anything you wanted there? And again, because you have the incentive of the placebo effect, more or less, that you're looking for, it helps you to maintain the habit over time, in addition to giving you lots of interesting data over time as you gather all of these moods or events with your biometric data. And there are some other cool extensions you could do this that I'd like to do in the future. One is, let's say you take a happiness pill because you're feeling sad. It could post on your Facebook wall, if Nancy's sad, she probably needs a call right now. Or it could give you an actionable item to do. Like go take a walk or cuddle with your neighbor's dogs. Things that will give you something you can do to pull yourself out of that mood. So I've thrown some information about my experiment up on this blog. I invite you to come take a look and comment. And I'd love to hear what you would do with this and the idea of mindfulness and being aware of how you feel and being able to track it easily.